Welcome back to the Live and Amplified Livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are here at day 3 of CMA Fest, and we have a very special guest joining us. We have Mason Ramsey. How's it going today, man?
It's going really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been interesting. I've had a lot of musicians cancel on me today, which is never fun, but at least they called me this time and said, hey, I can't make it, you know?
Give you a heads up, yeah.
Whereas before, it's like they just don't show up, which is never fun.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
But glad to have you here. How things been going for you?
Really good. Everything's been going really good. I did the reverb stage yesterday.
Nice.
And that was really fun. So my time here at CMA Fest has been really, really good.
Nice. And you've been super busy. You had a song on the Twisters soundtrack, which
I did.
I feel like they are putting a lot of publicity behind the sequel because I don't ever remember the first one back in the 90s being this big of a deal. But then again, I was maybe 10 years old when it came out, so.
Oh.
But so that you've been really busy with all that. You're in the middle of a release. Are you releasing an EP or a full length? Because you're doing like a waterfall release right now, right? Or
I'm doing a. We're working on an album. We're working on finishing up an album. We're about halfway done with everything. So.
Okay.
But we'll see how it all turns out.
Gotcha.
I don't know when it's going to be released, obviously.
Yeah,
it's not finished, but.
I gotcha. Well, I was just guessing because I was going through your Spotify and I saw that the most recent single that dropped, what was that, in April, and then the one you dropped in February were kind of merging together, and so I thought you were doing like a waterfall EP release or something.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that stuff works personally.
Fair.
That's all my management end.
Yeah, I gotcha. Fair enough. That's cool. So you're from Golconda, Illinois.
I am.
Am I one of the few people that actually knows where that's at that you've talked to this weekend?
There's a couple of people that I've met that are from Illinois, but they're more towards middle to upper Illinois.
Yeah.
So very rarely do you run into people here in Nashville that are from Southern Illinois.
Yeah. Well, I am from Chicago. I just happened to go to SIU in Carbondale, and my parents moved down to Florida, so I drove past Golconda, Metropolis, Cairo, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
So I'm a little bit familiar. So awesome. So you mentioned that you're kind of in the process of recording and working on a bigger project.
Yes.
How's that all been going for you?
It's really well. Obviously, we it takes time to get everything correct, in the way that you want it. But after you get everything in place in the way that you want it, it's just really nice to sit back and be like, I've accomplished this.
Especially when you're as part of a bigger organization as yourself, because you're signed to Atlantic and Big Loud, and so there's a lot more that kind of goes into the whole process than some more independent artists where it's like, put it out or record it and we put it out like 6 weeks later or whatever it is. So
yes.
But
that the labels, they have a way of doing all of that on their end. It's kind of unique how they figure all that out.
Oh yeah, they've got it down to a science. They kind of know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So with that all kind of in the process, are you still in the process of recording the music, or are you writing, kind of combination of both, or?
We're trying to. I need to record more.
Okay.
I've got a few that need to be re-recorded that I have demos on.
Yeah.
Which most of everything that I do are pretty much demos.
Yeah.
We'd like to add a few more songs to write, but I don't know if we're gonna get it done in time because I gotta have this project done by end of summer, early fall.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Before I head on maybe possibly a tour. Coming up.
Fair. That's cool. And then so the most recent song you released is Shake Shake, which was part of the Twisters, or is that?
Shake Shake It. I don't know if is that released yet? I don't.
Or I mean, I just saw the flyers for it.
Oh yeah. I don't think Shake. I don't think it's been released yet.
Okay.
Something You Can Hold is my latest single.
Okay.
For me. So I've released that in April.
Yeah,
and then I don't know when they're gonna release Shake.
Okay. But how did you get involved with the Twisters movie? Was that something that just kind of came up organically, or?
That is something that I don't know how that came about. That was more on my management end.
Okay, gotcha.
I have nothing to do with my management. My family and my management, they do all the tweaking and stuff for everything.
Fair enough. So are you still in Golconda, or are you based out of Nashville now?
I'm pretty much all over the place. I don't really have home. I just kind of travel.
Gotcha.
So,
what's the rest of your CMA Fest looking like?
Well, I have the Spotify house later on today. I don't know what time, and I've got 2 more interviews coming up. But other than that, I've got nothing too chaotic.
No more showcase, or no more, like, other than the Spotify house. You're not playing like tomorrow or anything, or?
No, I think I go back home tomorrow, or wherever home is. Probably Illinois.
Fair enough.
So.
Fair enough. It's got to be tough right now, because it's like, oh, I got to be 1.5 million different places. So wherever I can sit down for 10 minutes and kind of enjoy whatever I can get,
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind traveling. It's really not that bad.
Fair enough. So when you do get like 2 minutes to yourself, what do you like to do outside of music?
I don't know. Normally play Xbox.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I feel like most of the stuff that I do is music related.
Yeah.
Like write or play guitar. Or
nice.
Whatever.
Who got you into music originally? 'Cause
my grandfather got me into music. He and I. Let's see, how long ago was it? Almost. See, I'm 17 now, so 14 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that, honestly. 14 years ago, he got me started in music. So
yeah.
Quite a few years there.
Gotcha. And then just for like the one person that doesn't know, I'm sure you've talked about this 1.5 million times, but you blew up on the internet as the Yodeling kid, and was that something that you had kind of always done around that time, or was that just kind of like a one-off?
Yodeling?
Well, yodeling or perform. How did you kind of end up performing you were in Walmart, right? I think.
I was in Walmart. I don't know how. I've honestly always just performed since I was 3.
Okay.
I just happened to be at Walmart that day though.
Okay.
And I picked that song.
Yeah.
And it just kind of took off. And
fair.
Wasn't really expecting anything out of it,
So you were just in your mind you were just performing, and then before you knew it,
yeah.
And now is that was yodeling something that your grandfather taught you, or was that just?
It's something I had to learn on my own.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I got a cold going on.
No, you're fine. You're 100% fine.
It's something that I just kind of had to learn to do over time. Honestly, for me, it wasn't that hard. It took me a few tries, but I figured it out.
Yeah.
You just have to mimic very well, and I'm mimicking.
Fair enough.
So
that's awesome. I wasn't sure how much of that I wanted to jump into, because like I said, I'm sure you probably talked about it a whole bunch of times.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
So after this, you're gonna take a few minutes, and then I'm sure probably jumping back out into more recording and all that fun stuff. If anybody wants to check out your music, your new releases that you have out right now, where's the best place to find you?
You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram and on YouTube. Just for YouTube, type in Mason Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
For TikTok, I believe it's the Mason Ramsey, and for Instagram, I believe it's the Mason Ramsey. I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
I don't remember. I don't remember the Instagram one.
Nice.
TikTok and YouTube.
Fair enough.
Type in my name.
What's your go-to social media? Like when you're just sitting around, like on traveling or whatever. What's like the go-to social media platform for you?
TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, TikTok's pretty cool.
You lose a lot of hours to just scrolling on TikTok?
I don't get caught up in all that mess. I normally just, obviously I limit myself.
Fair.
And then I post whatever
Fair
needs to be done and whatnot. But other than that, there's nothing really mainly that's of interest other than just
fair
making
enough.
TikToks and stuff.
Fair enough. I have to limit myself on TikTok, otherwise I'll sit there and 3 hours later it's like, oh, where did my time go?
Exactly.
You know how TikTok is, though. You'd mentioned that you play a little bit of Xbox. What's your go-to game?
I like Dead by Daylight. I also like Dead by Daylight, Minecraft, GTA. I'm trying to think what else.
You excited for GTA 6 to come out here?
I seen that. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be really big, and I don't have a whole lot of storage.
Fair. Well, by the time it comes out, I'm sure. That's the whole thing. I don't know how I feel about the store. Like all the games now going more digital, where it's like on a storage hard drive. I prefer it to be on the I prefer the disc, but these games are getting so big and in depth now. It's just kind of like, okay, I see what we have to do. So.
Yep.
But it'll be interesting to see how that plays. So.
Absolutely.
But I do really appreciate your time. I don't want to keep you too much longer here.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Hope you have a great rest of your CMA Fest. And if anybody wants to check out your music, make sure you go check out Mason Ramsey on Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all the fun stuff. And once again, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Yep.